the radio off right now and listen to The Chris Miles Show.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Chris Miles Show.
What's going on, people? Hope all is well. Welcome to the Chris Miles Show as Mr. Producer, my partner that keeps everything intact. I could not do this without him. He's the man behind the plan. We are going to get into topic this evening. Hope all is well. We are coming off of the Thanksgiving holiday. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving holiday. Mr. Producer, how you doing today, brother?
Man, I'm doing pretty good, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm here. Man, we have had some funny things going on in the last couple of days, huh?
Yeah, I would agree.
Are we going to touch on it or no?
If we have time.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so everybody, once again, welcome to the Chris Miles Show. I am your host, Chris Miles. Sitting to the right of me is that of Mr. Producer, the man behind the game plan. We do have a special guest this evening. We are discussing the Montgomery Riverboat Brawl.
Yeah, giving an update of some, inside view, inside look at what really happened.
Yeah, so what really happened? So this particular episode here will be one of many that's to come. And so all of that being said, we are going to dive into conversation on that in a second. But before we do, Mr. Producer, you went to the game yesterday.
Oh yeah, I got a chance to see it firsthand, live and in action.
So give me an update, because you and I got into I wouldn't necessarily call it a heated discussion, but we got into a conversation pretty much about.
Yeah. Not being biased or, not being, a super fan and nothing like that. I feel like, I know the disagreement was, Alabama, they gonna get beat next week by Georgia. And I feel like they evenly matched because Georgia's not what they was. The reason that people say that they looked at the Auburn game and, Bama almost lost, but, they pulled strong in the end. It was the magnet, just the people that was, it is when you go to a live game, it's not like TV. You can't hear yourself talk. All the people, all the fans screaming, and the game was close the whole time, so the crowd is involved the whole time. So it's you can feel the stadium rattle. It is.
Well, Jordan Hare is a unique stadium within itself.
The way they build it, the way they build it, right, man.
Right. And that's what your second time there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you had a good time. Yeah, so what we're gonna do, people, this evening is we're going to bring our guest up. Is he on the screen yet? We're gonna bring him up, and providing we have the time, I do have one of my good friends that's in the city that we're in. We're gonna bring him on. Possibly he hadn't gotten back with me. We'll probably go to a break and see if we can pull him in. But yeah, we want to talk about the Georgia and Alabama game. Okay. Now I'm getting.
I hope that's people tuning in, man.
No, this is actually someone contacted me from China. Believe it or not. So, but anyway, all right. So, believe it or not, Mr. Producer, yeah. So as I was saying, what we're gonna do, we want to talk about the Georgia and Alabama game,
Right.
provided we have time, people. But is he there?
No, check and see.
Okay.
In the meantime, we can. You wanna play that T.I. song thing?
Yeah. Go to that. Yeah. Definitely go to that.
All right.
You can't. You can't. I know you. I know you. Ain't no mystery about here. I know you though. I know you though. I know you. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing that to me? Y'all know me. You know I stand on business. Why you even letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? No, ain't no joking. Ain't no joking. What do you mean?
You are embarrassing yourself and the family. Nigga, you embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself.
Get off me, nigga. Get off me, nigga.
Well, you can't do nothing with me. Shit you can do with me.
Mr. Producer.
Damn.
So that's T.I. That's T.I. and his son King. And you know, me and Mr. Producer have had this conversation many times over about the mentality, the structure, and the destruction of our kids. Like, they are completely out of control.
Man.
I mean, this guy is calling his dad a nigga.
That's crazy. I mean, I have to disown him. I mean, I ain't gonna say I have to disown him, but I have to love him with, from long distance. He got to get how he live, man. He have to. I mean, he grown. When you start talking to me like that, after all I done provided you the life that you have, the reason that you are what you are, that you making the money, is off my back, and that's how you talk to me in public.
Right.
It's one thing we do it behind closed doors. We have a disagreement, but you talking to me like that in public. Hey man, you on your own. I love you.
So, Mr. Producer.
Yeah.
You and I had this conversation. What was it, 2 weeks ago? A week ago? I mean, we pretty much have it every day, but in detail. We were just talking about this, about our kids.
Right.
Now, I was reading some of the comments, and some of the comments were people are saying that T.I. wasn't in his child's life, but look what type of life T.I. has provided this young man. Like, I want everybody to think about this. Like, we're dealing with a situation where a kid has not hurt for anything. I'm not saying that as a conduit for the balance of how things should be and how things are, but just the essence, the whole concept of how this young man talked to his dad, man.
Right.
He stand on business. And it's most of these kids today, they fucked up like this, Mr.
He be standing on business by himself.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is at the game. Now his dad is trying to prevent him from enter into an altercation because he already know how it's gonna play.
Right.
Now, look what everybody has grabbed this video, and as they say, the internet is what?
Undefeated. Yeah, undefeated.
Everybody has this video, and this video is everywhere now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, I mean, his dad has to explain the actions of his young man,
Right.
his son.
And he the only one in the news, man. King the only one King always been a little troublemaker. We seen him grow up on TV, so he always been a troublemaker. But we got Mr. Wildcat in, man. You ready?
Well, what we're gonna do, people, we're gonna go into. We have Clayton Wildcat Thomason coming up. We're gonna bring him on now. He is very knowledgeable. He was there August the 5th when the Montgomery Riverboat Brawl took place. Everything popped off there. He was there in detail. So without further ado, we want to introduce Mr. Wildcat.
Wow.
What's going on, man?
Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Man, I'm here, man. You doing okay, brother?
Yeah, hello, Mr. Producer.
Man, how you doing, my brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Clay,
Yes, sir.
a lot going on, man. First of all, welcome to the Chris Miles Show. I am so
Thank
honored to have you on. Hopefully we got Kamisha somewhere. I sent her out a link. Hopefully she's there. Hopefully Rose Sanders is tuning in.
Okay.
But this is the whole thing, Clay. August 5th, I mean, I'm sure like any other event that you guys were, I'm sure like any other event that was planned and staged, you guys were just looking to just go out, you're a performer, do your thing, and not looking for any type of problems or anything to occur, and you all got shake, rattle, and roll. So without further ado, I'm going to turn the mic over to you and let you explain to everybody what happened, how it happened, and what's going on right now in current time.
Wow. Again, thank you so much for allowing me to speak. August the 5th, 2023, we had a boat, about 220 people, various celebrations going on all three of our decks. I guess I'm well known for the third deck. It's an open deck. I had probably 80 to 100 people on my deck. And a lot of them will come up, after they eat. And then some people will just visit all three decks. But needless to say, we had parties going on. I mean, the boat is a very festival place. People come to celebrate their anniversaries, their birthday parties, graduation. A lot of times, and on this very cruise, we had the class of 1975 from Union Springs. And of course, everybody will wear their own shirts, and it's just a place of fun. I've been on that boat 13 years. And we were coming in, Chris, from, having a good excursion. We were out there almost 2 hours. But as we come in and get ready to dock, you got these three pontoon boats right where we got to put the Harriet at. And there's only one place to put the Harriet. And ain't like we can just, pull up somewhere and let folks jump off the boat and try to jump on the dock. It was crazy. So we're out there on the water right at 40, 45 minutes. And of course, the captain repeatedly have asked these people to move your boat, move your boat. He was on the intercom. The people on the boat were shouting, move your boat, move your boat. We need the dock.
So
People had other stuff to do, Chris.
So Clay, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Okay, so before, You said that the captain was on the intercom asking the individuals that came from Selma there to move their boat. So they had prior instructions to move the boat, correct? Or the pontoon boat. So,
Repeated instructions.
Okay. So were you able to hear the captain asking them to move the boat?
Yes, Chris. As a matter of fact, you can go to that song I made on the boat, Move That Boat, and you can hear the captain in my recorded. Somebody videotaped me singing and making up those that song, and you can hear Captain Jim over me. Please move your boat. And they are just repeatedly giving him the bird. Walking away. Grabbing themselves down there in the crotch, complete disrespect.
Duh.
And at one point, Chris, they all walked off when it became apparent that because everybody on that boat needed to dock so they can go on and, go shopping, take their medication, make their other appointments. They essentially trapped us on that water. They imprisoned us on that water for 40 to 45 minutes.
Man.
A lot of people don't understand, Chris, is that the Harrier II don't have so much fuel. So let's talk about what could have happened. The reason Captain Jim got on that radio, we were under duress.
Right.
Somebody said, okay, well, so if he just runs out of fuel, he just dropped the anchor and then what? Well, people don't understand. A river's always moving.
Right.
A river's always moving. You can have a speedboat or anything come up through there, and we're going to feel all those waves. So worst case scenario, say we drop anchor, but let's say we end up in what is called a free fall, which means we're just floating down the river. You follow me?
Right.
So there are a lot of scenarios, but the Captain Jim knew that we needed to dock. So now this is Coast Guard now, because see, Captain Jim this is a commercial passenger vessel. The boaters should face charges, Chris, for blocking our access to dock. And it was deliberate.
Before we go into that, Clayton, I want to ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you a question. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, pertaining to the captain calling the police officer, like it's the police department, police officers rather, you guys had asked many times over for them to move their boats out of the way. When all of that was going on and the conversations were being hurled, or I guess things were being said, what were they saying to the crew and the people on the boat? Before we get into the, because what I want to do is I want to set the frame leading up to how the altercation came about. Now I understand that you guys were y'all were trying to dock. People were tired. They ready to get off the boat. They go to their destinations and all of that good stuff. Mm-hmm. And like you said, you guys had asked several times for them to move the boat, and they completely regarded that. And I'm thinking at this point, the city of Montgomery dropped the ball, because there should have been some of the charges that were initially made. They should have been harsher charges. Had it been you or I or Mr. Producer, they would have been. All of that being said, going back to my initial question, what did they say that led to the altercation that, when the guys came off the boat? Because people need to know this. They need to know what was actually said. And you on the Chris Miles Show, the podcast, so you can say what the fuck you need to say and not be worried about any type of repercussions coming back at you. Versus ABC News.
Seriously. Yeah,
Go ahead.
The people on the third deck the people on the second deck, the people that were on the bottom deck, you can hear everybody was to the point where they were angry. I mean, some people on our boat were saying, "Move your goddamn boat." The fuck? You can hear one lady crystal clear in several videos, "You dumbass, move your boat." So what was also happening is that the crew, the people, the passengers were agitated, Chris.
Right. I imagine so.
They were agitated. Everybody was focused on that dock. So you got the first deck, the second deck, and the third deck. Everybody's looking because everybody's saying, "What's going on, Chris? I mean, why don't they move the damn boat and let us get off?" You know.
Right.
And I tell people this all the time. The assistant attorney general for the state of Alabama, his wife, she gets an A+. That lady told it just like it was, and she said, "We're going to make sure that we capture everything."
Right.
And she gets an A+. And I understand the predicament of her husband. I do know that he gave Montgomery PD hell. He got on to them about how long it took them to get there. And, don't get me wrong. I understand that what the chief said, well, he wasn't in duress. If the captain called you and say, "Mayday, Mayday, 911, we can't dock. We need help on the dock." That's pretty straightforward, Chris.
Right.
So he and Captain Jim, I've known him many years, y'all. When it comes to taking care of that boat and doing what's right, he gets 100. He gets an A+ from me. His main concern was the safety of everybody on that boat. And a captain is much like a man that flies an airplane, Chris. He got to stay calm.
Right.
One of the excuses by the city is moot because they say, well, he didn't sound under duress and there wasn't his voice wasn't yelling or anything like that. Well, hell, if the captain started yelling and freaking out, what the rest of us gonna do? So right, exactly. Jim did what he was supposed to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the city respond appropriately. They didn't get that fast enough now.
So Clay, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
This is what I want. This is what I need to know. For all of the viewers that are watching. But before we do that, we do have some questions. Carolyn Glenn said that can you all sue them? Is one of the questions. And one of the I'm gonna let you. She say, can they be sued for this? This is what Carolyn is asking.
Yes, the answer to that is yes. The people who were put in harm's way, the passengers and the crew members, have a right to bring a legal action for an unsafe environment.
Okay. All right.
I tell people all the time, we went there to enjoy our cruise.
Right.
We didn't go there to revisit history in the Deep South.
Right.
Come on, man.
So now one thing the city of Montgomery has done, the mayor's office and the chief of police, they left the door open. They say we will continue to investigate, and as more information becomes available, we will amend charges. Now that door is open right now.
Right.
So my push right now, because I've already filed a complaint with the Justice Department.
Well, before you do that, Clayton.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you bring that up. Okay, but this is what I'm trying to get to. Going back to the status of when the fists were thrown. What did the provocateurs, the agitators, the terrorists who came from Selma? Because remember, Donald Trump was here the night before he had a rally there, and it was a lot of stuff going on because Stephen Reed was running for ran a re-election campaign against, what was the guy name?
Barrett.
Gilbert.
Yeah.
Barrett, whatever his
Barrett
name.
Gilbert.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was a lot of stuff was going on. I came down to Montgomery and engaged him. Me and Mr. Producer at a church. He was like, he had, it was just a lot of stuff going on. All of that being said, this is what I need to know. This is what the listening audience and the people that is viewing the Chris Miles show need to know. What did they say? I want to know what they said because at this point in time, Clayton, this is you're on the record. You're on the record.
Yeah.
What did they say? Because somebody missed the boat, bro. And I'm not talking about the boat as far as the boat that was dying there. I'm saying somebody dropped the ball and somebody missed the boat. So this is what we need to know. What did the provocateurs that came from Selma, what did they say?
Crystal Warren, which is a friend of mine, she actually works on the boat. There is video out there of them using the N-word. So leading up,
hold on. Using the N-word would automatically constitute
race
for the feds to get involved with this situation, because that within itself becomes a hate crime, which is why I'm asking you to state on the record here what was said, what was done, because as we move forward with what is going on, they are now trying to bring charges, which we're going to get into because you got the platform. But I just need to know. I need you to state for me what the fuck did they say?
He did state it.
Right. So Damien has, and don't get me wrong, he got beat up pretty bad. But during those conversations with the boaters, you can see them going back and forth.
Right.
And Damien is completely saying, I'm doing my job. I'm doing my job. He said, look, man, it's a free, I think they said something to us. It's a free fucking dock. I can park there. And you could tell they were, they had been drinking and stuff. But I do know that when they started passing licks, they clearly said within the hearing of those people that were on the top of the railing, and for those people on the bottom of the boat, get that nigger, hit that nigger. And you saw all of them when the young boy charged, and when it was one-on-one, Damien had the guy around the neck and he had Damien, but Damien was forcing him back. And when it was just one-on-one, if you watch the video.
Right.
So then, and what a lot of people don't know, a lot of people on the boat saw it. They say, they don't let them jump on that man. Don't let them jump on that man. They getting ready to jump that man. These were white and black people saying this on the boat.
Right.
Because just like a pack of wolves, they started circling. Anytime they get ready to take down a big game, you always see 4 or 5. They'll come at them from every angle. So, yeah, they were getting ready to jump, and the little young boy, the one right now that's pleading not guilty, and seeing this is the part that everybody has to pay attention to. When they jumped him, you can't undo what the world saw. So you can't undo them 6 coming there, punching him, kicking him, using the N-word, hit that nigger, kick the little girl running around that they gave anger management. That hoe need to be charged. She up there getting in his face like a white Karen, kicking at him. That's bullshit.
Come on, man.
That's why when them black females got a hold of her ass, you saw what happened.
Right.
You see, so when the scales get balanced, remember now, self-defense is not a privilege. Self-defense is a right. So, yeah, the N-word was being used. They were throwing out these racial slurs, but what a lot of people don't know, and I think one of the ladies on the boat that's a manager, she has a video where they were getting ready to leave because they knew PD had been called, but they saw Damien, finally Captain Dim put him on a small dinghy to send him over there and told him to move the boats. So now Damien is under the authority of a passenger vessel captain. So now we have Coast Guard, because these are Coast Guard. Jim doesn't answer to PD. He doesn't answer to the AG. The only somebody Captain Jim answers to is United States Coast Guard. And right now, he is the reigning law enforcement person, period.
Right.
Anything on that dock, anything related to that boat falls under Jim's jurisdiction. And a lot of people don't understand that. That's why federal charges are going to be forthcoming. You see, if you allow a terrorist act like this to go down and say it's an isolated incident and you're trying to pour water on the fire, then you're encouraging people to do this shit again. You see, if they don't get no serious charges, some serious time, then somebody else is going to do the same damn thing over again. It won't be just be an isolated incident.
No, you're right about that.
So, shoulda, woulda, coulda. What if we had ran out of gas? What if Damien had got messed up? You know, his goods down there ain't working no more because he got kicked down there too many times, Chris. Come on, man. Anything could have happened. So yeah, they were throwing out the N word. They were using nigger because one of either the girl in blue or the girl in red said, "Get that nigger." When they were hitting him, they were saying, "Get that." Did he remember it being said or not? He took a lot of blows there for a minute now. Because you notice when he got up, y'all, he was discombobulated. His body was still getting punched and kicked. And so when he got up, what did he do? He fell out like a big weeble wobble. Remember that? Right. He just fell out. Because it's still blows he just got hit with. And when he got up, though, his manhood, he trying to, and then the girl is in his face where he trying to go at her because he want the ones that jumped. And Shipman is one of them. And now he claiming he didn't want to fight him, but you on that pile up, you getting your licks in.
Right.
Now you want to go and cry, oh, I didn't want to do this. No, See, all of them came there with a plan. It was to disrupt, make Montgomery Riverfront unsafe because the other boy running against Reed, who is Republican backed.
Right.
And as I understand it, may or may not have went to that Trump rally also. Now, let that sink in for a minute now. I don't believe in coincidences.
Come on now.
I don't believe in coincidences. Since we gonna let it all hang out right now, you got the first black male, Montgomery, running to get reelected. The campaign on the other side is Montgomery's an unsafe place. I want to make it safe again. And right before it's time to go to the polls, high glory, all out brawl. 6'4" jumping on the black man downtown Montgomery. That's the way it was.
Come on.
but they forgot about granting them and MAT. They weren't gonna have that shit. So the class of 1975, and I keep telling folks, P-Love, I know you don't want to get in this, but you need to come and put a warrant. I think it's Roberts that tried to circle punch him because they engaged the passengers coming off of the boat. So
Clay, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Pertaining to the black guys that came off of the boat, right? Because the white folding chair is the motto or the logo of
the symbol.
The symbol
right.
that everybody is using. Matter of fact, me and Mr. Producer coined something from that. We set up a production arm off of that chair. But that being said, what did they say? Because I'm curious, and you've laid it out. But the guys that came down, because when they went to the boat, now I talked to somebody, and somebody told me that they had guns on the boat.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes. Yes. And so.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, so they had guns on the boat.
Plug it back up.
Okay, so they had ammunition on the boat. Okay?
Yes.
There we go, Mr. Producer.
Yes.
Thank you. They had ammunition on the boat. Yet the city did not charge the city of Montgomery did not charge them with anything. These guys they have misdemeanor charges. And as I stated, and the world has watched the video. Somebody called me earlier for the stuff that my phone was going on. That was from China. So the point is what I'm telling you, Mr. Producer.
Let me chime in right there with you. Yeah.
Hold on.
Let me chime in.
Go ahead.
So what a lot of people don't know is that the crew, and that's a family. So, and I gave him the illustration the other day. Pretend your daddy get home from work. He trying to go into his house, Chris, and a pickup truck full of 6 white men get out and beat him up. And then they stay there, drink a beer, eat a hamburger, and then wait on mom and the children to come out and beat them up. But let's pretend that the neighbor next door and the neighbor down the street and the neighbor across the street say, hell no. And they come and they start fighting. And then the police come. And so that's the same situation you got at the boat. So now when the crew got off the boat, they were going straight for the people that had jumped on Damien, but they also heard that they had firearms there. So what people don't understand is that the skip crew running to that boat probably prevented the tall, bald-headed guy that has not been charged, but that is clearly seen choking the life out of Lala. He got her up.
Right, exactly.
He's choking shit out of her. And she over there, and then here come Aquaman, dun, 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 and then, Aquaman doing his thing. But Steve, one of the skip crew, bam, he knocks him, boom. So he goes down. So these people feel privileged. Understand me now. They feel privileged to beat the hell out of black man, sit there, drink a few beers, talk some shit, and we ain't leaving. See, what they were saying, we gonna get another. So what? Do something about it. So they were still a threat. Now, the legal right to self-defense, everything that those boys did off of that boat in reason. After having watched their comrade assaulted the shit beat out of him, they went to put it down.
Right.
Just like the neighbors next door and the neighbors across the street from the illustration came to get those white men in that pickup truck off of the family. So the problem now for allowing shipment to file a warrant, y'all, is that now you're violating the co-captain, all those people on the boats, civil rights.
Right.
See, you're violating their right to self-defense. And I guarantee you, if the city don't put this mess down that shipment trying to do, you see, let's go down the road. Worst case scenario, they want to give misdemeanors to all the blacks, because the only reason they want to do that, Chris, is that segment of Jim White don't like the fact no white folk got their ass whooped. They don't like that shit now.
Come on, man.
It was the right response, but on the wrong folk. You follow me?
But Clay,
like when you see black on black crime.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you the issue that I have with all of that.
Okay.
The city, from Mayor Stephen Reed, his administration, the police chief, the people who operate the Harriet, they dropped the ball.
Oh yeah.
They dropped the ball. If all of this had been handled properly, first of all, you had somebody that's not even citizens of Montgomery came into Montgomery and started a conflict. Okay, started the conflict, and because of a law that has been on the books dating back to the Jim Crow era, they went and used it because they got attorneys that knew that. They went and used it against the boat crew, and was problematic for everybody at this point. Because I've had people, Mr. Producer can vouch for this, on the celebrity status that have reached out to me, that have asked me, man, what's going on down in your native city of Montgomery? Am I lying, Mr. Producer?
No, you're absolutely right.
I'm talking about celebrities that I know have reached out to me. Like, man, what the fuck?
From California.
From California, from LA. That I talk to on a regular. People here in Atlanta, like Lil Scrappy, these guys, what the fuck is going on in Montgomery?
Right.
So what I'm saying, and hold on. Lee Merritt, who's out of Texas, Benjamin Crump, these guys are sitting back. D.L. Hughley and them are sitting back wondering what the fuck is going on in Montgomery. Like, you know, how is it that these guys started this shit? The world saw. Somebody hit me on this phone here from China. People watching from over there. They're like, how is it that these guys are able to bring charges against the boat crew?
Okay, I am so glad
possible?
you said that. Let me chime in right quick. So what you have is a legal system, but you also have a Jim Crow system within the legal system. So they were planning to do this all along. I'm gonna bring you up to speed, Chris. When I first interviewed, I told Molly Fisk from the Washington Post, I said Jim Crow is going to come just to show us my name is Clayton Wildcat Thomason. They're going to let it die down a little bit.
Right.
They're going to come after those that came to the defense of the co-captain. Now, one thing Reed and the chief of police did was they already publicly indemnified the crew. Let me explain where I'm going with that. The mayor said the crew came to the co-captain's aid. And when the chief of police said that, he looked up like this. Now, that alone prohibits any prosecution from the city attorney. And I want you to keep that point in mind, because when we bring a lawsuit for malicious prosecution,
right?
You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this?
Right.
You see, that's why I asked the Justice Department to get in this, because see, we're gonna find out who behind this. We're gonna pull back the curtain, baby. We want you to come out and fight like a man. Quit being the puppet master behind the back of the scenes. Sometimes they'll throw a computer up there to make it look like we ain't being, but we already know what time it is. So they've already indemnified the crew that they were responding to a bigger threat. So now we're going to rest our laurels on what the chief of police said and call him as a witness to the defense of Damian Pickett.
Come on,
we're going to call everybody else. You see what I'm saying? We're going to call all the boat people, all the passengers.
Come on now.
The crew going to testify for the crew. The crew going to be a witness for the crew. The crew going to file warrants against Shipman.
And that's what I was going to say. That's exactly what needs to happen. Why don't you all?
Every one of them. Every one of them need a warrant. That woman in white, all on that 16-year-old back, out there clowning, out there. And then she over there, damn police knocked her ass down because she up there. This is ludicrous, bro. Reverend Jordan said the opposition was made to look foolish. I mean, so yeah, what needs to happen right now, Chris? They need to dismiss those charges by Shipman. Now, if they don't, see, the judge has the power to say, I'm sorry, Miss Prosecutor, but no, ma'am. We're not going to have a cross warrant at this juncture.
Because it's double jeopardy, man.
Well, not only is it double jeopardy, it's a cross warrant is supposed to be hard to get.
Right, exactly, right.
You go down there and beat up somebody and they file a warrant on you, Chris. You ain't gonna be able to go down there and get a goddamn warrant filed on them the same day. Come on now. Come on now. So somebody at the city of Montgomery district attorney's office, it might be the county, it might be somebody at the state. Somebody is pulling these damn strings, and they're gonna get called out. So when I filed that warrant with the Justice Department, I'm going over to our Attorney General here at the federal court building, and I'm going to ask him to reopen this investigation, because I tell people all the time, I've been fighting Jim Crow for 20 years. And when you have Jim Crow behind the scenes of what is perceived to be a legal system, perceived is the word, Chris, the only thing that you can fight back with is somebody who can hold attorneys, district attorneys, hold them true to the letter of the law.
Right.
You see, if you go outside your area of expertise, see the fact that y'all have used Damien to bring these misdemeanor charges, and now you're going to turn right around and prosecute Damien. I had that happen one time in Elliott City. After I sued Russell Corporation, they did the same damn thing to me. And Rose talked about it the other day. And it was a one person on the grand jury say, "No, y'all can't do Thomason like that." Hell, he testified on behalf of them. But you see, that's the way they used to lynch people and get people trumped up and put them in jail for years down the road. So you got to call them out. You got to go after them that want to carry the water for these people behind the door.
Right.
Call their ass out.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Wildcat.
Yeah.
Who's besides Damien? Who else are they trying to charge at this point?
Well, Rah, I call him Hands of Thunder. You know, the big, stocky black dude that was hitting Roberts and the rest of them. I mean, he was hitting them. They were going down like goddamn Jello legs. He was knocking he knocking the fuck out of them.
So,
Rah, and see, I like Rah. I fuck with him all the time. When I see him, be like, well, you know, Robin, I did what I had to do. You know, I know I'm laid on the side of nothing right, but this time, you know, it feel good to be on the side of right. And I asked him, I said, why is it y'all jumped on that man? And he said, well, who the hell are you? You know, and Robin a word. He testified on Robin Roberts, you know.
So
it's Rah. It's the
answer this for me, Clay.
It's the skip.
Answer this for me. So we have Damien and we have Rah, right?
Right.
So
Steve.
And Shipman is the one that's bringing. Is it Shipman and somebody else, or is it primarily him bringing the charges?
It's the two that have pled not guilty. So it's going to be Shipman and that other little I can't think of his name. So I believe but I know Shipman is the main one. But he's brought the summons. Everybody who came off of that boat and throw hands got a summons.
So this is the thing.
With the exception of Aqua.
So they're saying, wait a minute, hold on. Let's get some clarity to all of this, right? Mm-hmm. They're basically saying that they are not. They were the provocateurs. They were the instigators.
Correct.
But they're saying that they're not guilty, but you all are guilty for. Clearly, the world have watched this, which is self-defense. Am I correct?
You are correct. Let me tell you what they're trying to say. So what they want to say is, and I've discussed this with several attorney friends of mine. And early on, I looked at the video. He said, well, Clayton, now they may try to say that there are different fights. And so that they're going to try to dissect and separate the brawl. They're going to say, okay, well, right here, nobody's fighting. And so the brawl is over with. But the brawl got restarted when Rah and Aquaman came over there. He does a rock bottom to Barney Rubble, and Rah knocks out Fred Flintstone over there in the corner. And then Wilma picks him up and knocks him down again. So, and then after that, the crew comes out and they head straight to the boat. And then they engage the ones that beat up Damien, and they lay hands on them and throw the people in the water. So this is what they're going to say. And of course, the counter to that, y'all were still talking shit. Y'all were still running that mouth You're still walking around feeling empowered, feeling entitled to stand and not be judged because you're white. That's what you were saying. So I'm gonna stay here. Who in their right mind gonna beat up a black man? Stay there, drink, eat a hamburger, and let a boatload of black folk get off and think you ain't finna get your ass handed to you. So Montgomery, for what you want to say about Montgomery sent a message, y'all. We still the Montgomery old. So we're still we still people like, you from Montgomery? Oh, y'all will fight, won't you? Y'all don't take no sit. So there is a element there.
Yeah, it's crazy because I tell people, hey, where you from? I'm from Montgomery. Oh shit. You from down there with it Riverboat Brawl? Yeah, I'm from that city. And everybody has some questions about the Riverboat Brawl.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
in that respect.
So Clay, let me ask you this.
What
do you want from this? What do you want to happen? And you don't have
Chris,
to go into detail. Wait a minute, hold on.
Oh.
You don't have to go into detail and put all of your game plan out. But because a lot of people are watching, surely a lot of them are watching it. But this is what I want to know.
Course.
What do you want from this? Because it's asinine or ludicrous that, like I say, they instigated this. Now the victimizers are now the victims. So what do you want going forward?
Justice. I'm for what's right, not for what's popular. You see, what's popular for the mayor and everybody is for this to go away because they want people to come to Montgomery and spend money and enjoy the downtown we built.
And that's why the mayor and them did not charge them with a hate crime. That's it. I get it. He was in a political position, but see, like I called him out the other day. You elected now, man. It's time to stand on the side of what's right, not what's popular. You see, people know me because they know I'm gonna stand up if I believe I'm right. I've been standing up 20, 30 years. Right.
Your character is not given to you by other people, but by what your actions show you do.
Right.
So that's why I couldn't stay on the boat, Chris. They said, well, why you ain't there? I said, no, it's not the place it was. When somebody that I respected for years, and you know her, Chris, Lainey Jenkins, when she come to me and tell me what I can and can't do, you follow me? And she say the DA in the city is telling her to tell me. They threatening her job. They threatening to fire all the people on the boat. Well, they're not city employees. So DA is telling my boat manager to tell me, you can't take them nowhere. You hear me? Don't you go to New York? That's what they say. I said, who you talking to? You know who you talking to, right?
Well, and that's where the problem came from. The problems incurred when you guys went on ABC with Gayle King and the rest of them. That's where all of the shit popped loose from there. But I talked to you. I came down from Atlanta. I told you, I said, Clay, me and Mr. Producer was on the phone. I told you, I said, let me take this to TMZ. Let me go to TMZ on it and go from there. But that's a conversation for another day. You know. But
let me say this, Chris.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing. So I had enough sense because when we first started the cruise back, I paid for a video crew to come and to meet Aquaman, and I wanted the world to know that the Harriet 2 is a fun place. This is not a place where we jump on folks, where we get jumped on. I wanted to try to restore our peace. So, I paid the money, we did the video. Well, after that, we got people, we've always had people come in from out of town, but now all of a sudden the ticket sales are through the roof. Everybody wants to ride the Riverboat Brawl boat. You understand?
Wow. So
but here's the thing. And so when I was on the boat, I would bring people around. I say, this is the co-captain. I would introduce him. Who would take pictures. This is young Aquaman. But the together. Everybody, the stock grew up. But then all of a sudden, I'm getting pulled to the side. Look, we don't want you singing about the chair. We don't want you singing about this. We want everybody to be comfortable. I said, well, hell, who uncomfortable? I said, you can't undo history. August 5th is history.
Right.
And that's what people, you can't erase history. Just like, we can go down our history. You say Nat Turner, white folk know who you talking about.
Right.
That's that Indian, that's that black preacher that went from those to those and killed everybody. So the greatest fear is when we unite. So, and this is a right thing. It's not and I hate to say it, it's across color lines, but it's also what's right. Now, it's a lot of white folks out there that agree with the voters. And there's a lot of white folks out there that agree.
As a matter of fact, there are a lot of, I've talked to a lot of them, and from Montgomery, that said that this should have happened. And a lot of them that I talked to are very upset that they came from Selma and did what they did.
Right.
So we don't want to turn this into something about it's a color barrier, because right is right, no matter what side.
That is.
The issue is that it falls on. They were wrong for what they did, and they felt gassed up and privileged to do what they did because they understood that, or at least they felt like what happens down to Selma would happen in Montgomery. When it didn't transact that way. You understand? And this is the other thing too, Clay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, see, you got to understand something. Everybody knows me, and so at least downtown in Montgomery. So a lot of my friends were staying at the Hampton,
right,
which is where Roberts and them were staying at. So some other information that has not come out is that they were bragging about jumping on the black guy down at the docks.
Wow.
They were saying this within hearing of my people, my friends. And they willing to testify to this because they can put themselves right there with Roberts and them after the fact. They can also have people that were present at the Sandbar, where they were using slurs and racial slogans. Yeah, well, my friends are a mixed couple. He's black and she's white. They've been friends for years, and they ride the boat, and they're two of my biggest fans. They say, Wildcat, they kept trying to make me and my husband feel uncomfortable. And he refused to leave. He stayed right there. So when the backdrop is revealed, and now, Chris, these same people, shit, that's all they were doing. But race shit. And then later on that night, you block the dock, and then y'all jump on Damien. I keep telling people this was not an isolated incident. I disagree with Reed on that. It's too well put together. The lady in red running up there. First, they getting ready to leave because they didn't want to get arrested. But then Damien is too fast on the dinghy. He comes over. He's here, getting ready. And then you got those wolves out there. Soon as he jump on him, here come the bad. Here they come, 6-on-1. And then you got Ichabod Crane running his stupid ass over there. And you get over there, you leave her alone. Won't you put your hands down? And he choking somebody. His ass ain't been charged yet. All of them need to be charged.
And he was choking a woman.
He was choking Lala, and they gonna go and file a warrant on Lala. That's the co-captain's sister.
After he man, listen, man.
But he's also seen going to the boat trying to pull that gun. If you watch that video, when Steve and the rest of them went at him, he gets up, he walks around there, he's trying to lift that thing to get his pistol. Then I guess he realizes that he shouldn't pull it, but he sure thought about pulling it. And those guns were retrieved along with beer. Now, we ain't even going to talk about the boating laws that they've broken, y'all, that they have not been charged for yet.
Wow.
So I will be bringing that with my warrant as well.
So
operating the vehicle under the influence,
so Clay,
blocking a commercial vessel. Yeah.
This is what I want to see happen.
Mm-hmm.
or what I would like to see happen. Everybody that was there who was affected, who was on that boat, need to sign warrants against those individuals, Shipman and his crew. This is the other
All
thing.
of them.
Okay, all right.
Disturbing the
other
peace.
thing. All right. This is what I want to ask you, right? I want to talk about, and for everybody out there that watching the show, we're going to bring the young man that jumped off the boat, that swim over to assist Damien. We're going to Clayton is going to bring him on. We're going to do that on a later date. But for the young man who everybody's calling Aquaman, I want you to tell everybody how he's doing, and not only how he's doing, I want you to tell everybody what this young man has going on since that happened. And then let me ask you this, Clayton. You're a businessman, okay? Has this affected your business in any type of shape, form, or fashion?
The powers to be, the ones that are always on the opposite side of what I do. I fight for mostly minority people that are turned down when they have a property claim, Chris. So I've been fighting the corporations for years.
Right.
In our neighborhoods across the board, we get a negative amount. Let's say they got a roof problem. When they come out and look at it, 9 times out of 10, not in all cases, but a lot of times in black communities, the report is deficient and it normally falls below the deductible and people can't get their stuff fixed. And so they feel like they're throwing their money away. And then a little bit after that, they get a notice that you need to fix your roof or we're going to drop you. Well, I normally enter, and I don't look for work. People call me, Chris, because we take a no and we make it a yes. We make sure that they get treated correctly. They get put in a hotel. They get their roof repaired. If they have wet ceilings, we make sure they're mitigated. We make sure that their stuff is put in a pod. We don't try to, a lot of times they'll write an estimate, but they don't give people the proper steps to repair. I am excellent at making them do right. Now, being excellent, I also make enemies. But that's okay. God built me for this terrain, and I'm happy to say that as long as He gives me the strength, I'm going to continue to fight.
And that's what
most
you
times
do.
I fight attorneys. Yeah, most times I fight attorneys, and I fight corporations, and a lot of times I'm in a fight by myself, Chris. But I know He's got my back, and as long as God's got something for you, I'm the worst enemy they could ever. Right. So now, as far as Aaron, I've seen a little backlash, but then again, a lot of them know that we're gonna be fighting a long time in court, Chris. You hear me? And any claim that I can bring to show their involvement, their ex parte communications, their corruptness. RICO is a friend, and everybody out there listening, if you ever find yourself in a situation, the attorney or the judge is not following a fair trial, or you feel like that your attorney is not doing what he should be doing on your behalf, RICO is a wonderful tool. I call it Ricola. And bring the rain. Okay, but as far as Aaron goes, if I had a son, I would pray that he's in it, anything but Aaron. I mean, he needs to be Aaron Rudolph. Aaron is 16. He is so humble, Chris.
You can
all
tell
of this fame and fortune he has, Chris, and that's contributed to his parents. They raised this boy right. He didn't, children and kids. The Bible says, "Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth of babes will speak the truth." So Aaron didn't have to ask anybody if that was right or wrong. He knew it was wrong. That's why he dove into the water. That water full of alligators, snakes, debris. His life was in peril.
Yeah, it was in danger. No question about it. Yeah, I mean, you could have a 10-foot gator could have hit him at, man.
Snake could have hit him. Anything could have hit him.
Yeah,
I believe the ancestors had him. I think they carried his body across that water, And when I tell you to be 16, he is every bit of his body is muscle because he pulled himself straight up off that dock. Chris, I'll be there now saying, help me, help me. I can't get up.
Right.
I had too much jack, Chris. I want. Okay, but what he has done, he came to the captain's aid, the co-captain's aid once again. You know, he went live at that protest. He said, I don't understand the law, but I understand right from wrong.
Right.
And they trying to flip the script. And that's, I want everybody to support the co-captain. Now, as I understand it, he has not received the summons yet. He's the only one that has not received the summons that came off of that boat. But he's prepared. He's not going to take away what he did in defense of the co-captain. And, you know, it's kind of embarrassed when a 16-year-old can put a rock bottom on you anyway.
Right.
But what he has done, Chris, he has taken his love of swimming and he is merging with the YMCA where he got a lot of his finished swimming techniques from the Bell Street here in Montgomery. So he's certified now to be a lifeguard. So
awesome.
A lot of people don't understand 60% of African Americans can't swim.
Right.
Out of 5 fatalities, 4 of them are us. Okay. So, and that, you can trace that back to when they wouldn't let us in the public swimming pools, to not being able to afford this, that, and the third. And if our mom and daddy didn't swim, there's a 13% chance that we won't get in the water either.
Right.
But we will visit the beach and swimming pools and put ourselves in harm's way sometimes, thinking we can get out. But anyway, he started the Black Aquaman Aaron Rudolph swim camp. And
awesome.
he's going to be rolling that out. He's going to be rolling out his own line of, a lot of us have stuff in our hair. We don't want it to get messed up. He's got a swim cap. He's going to have the right swim trunks for female and males, and they're all going to be Aaron Rudolph lines. So I'm happy for that, man.
Well, and through the melee, the Most High God always has something in store for you. And then the thing is, let me just say this. Let me just take this. Brother Brian Campbell said, "Bravo, young man. Thanks for tuning in." Brian, me and this guy, we started a business together. I think we were like 19 years old with the help of his dad. My dad, he's been like a brother to me. Carolyn Glenn has been very supportive of the Chris Miles Show. She's been weighing in. I want to thank you, Carolyn, and everybody out there that is actually watching. Okay? But that being said, Clayton, before we let you go, I need you to update everybody on the court dates. You kind of let everybody know what's going on. So, and there's something this Hungry Man guy is doing too. So, update everybody on everything, and then we'll bring you back on a later date. Go ahead.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So the Hungry Man is, and as I understand, he's a chef. He's a great cook. So he's selling these plates to help raise money for the co-captain. It was scheduled for the Iron Bowl day, but we had rain. So now he's pushed it off until December the 10th. So I will be posting that. I want to invite everybody to come down, show up. I'm going to talk to him. I may go ahead and bring my band out to help create.
I think you should. We're going to be there, Mr. Producer.
Yeah, and I'm going to probably bring my band. And so we have a GoFund up too now. Aaron and Mr. Rudolph has started a GoFund, a legal fund.
Get that information out. Get that information out so people can send money.
It's all on my Facebook page, the Black Aquaman. Also, I didn't tell you this, but he also has a comic book coming out, Chris, where our goal is to tear down the stereotype of Pookie in the orange jumpsuit.
Awesome.
Aaron's comic book is going to be focused on anti-bullying. He's going to encourage reading. He's going to encourage respect for one's parents and also taking care of one's body. See, sometimes God prepares you for something greater in life.
Right.
And when you look at, and when they interviewed Aaron's parents, he was always working out. He was always eating right. Mom and dad will give him corrections. So he has greatness in him, Chris. And so for anybody out there that wants him to visit their church, that wants him to talk to their youth, that want them to come and visit, just reach out to my Facebook page and let me know, and we'll bring the co-captain, Aaron will bring them, and we'll help support any kind of venue. So what we're going to do is keep you posted on when he's going back to court. I'm hoping that the district attorney dismisses these charges. There's still a lot of wrangling going on. They've asked for a different judge. Keep in mind, this is municipal court. So even if there is a conviction of anything against any of our people, we can appeal it on up and get a
district
jury of our peers.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah, you can appeal it from municipal to district, which was sent to Montgomery County.
Correct.
But
So
it should not even go to that level, though, Clayton.
Amen.
That's the whole point. These people are not in any position to file anything. That would be like me jumping on you and the world watching them say, okay, then, well, he fought back, so let me go down here and, man, come on, man. I mean, when does the nonsense stop?
No, you said it. How dare you fight back? How dare you hit me back? So that's where we're at now. So we're at that, y'all gonna whoop. I got the head. Yeah, I'm coming back. So now, what we have to remember too is that he that is faithful in what is least is also faithful in much.
Right.
So I want to say to the ones that have a greater presence, and I'm going to speak to your entertainers, your athletes. Sometimes when you weigh in on something, you help make the light brighter. You see, I realized that nobody asked me to go raise money when it first happened, Chris.
Right.
Nobody asked me to go and get a video camera and pay a crew a couple $1,000s to shoot stuff. Nobody asked me to speak out. Nobody say, well, aren't you afraid of losing your position on the boat? That's not how I feed myself, Chris. That's an exercise for me.
Right.
So it's incumbent upon all of us, to speak out. Somebody said, well, this ain't as bad as somebody getting killed. No, it's not as bad as somebody getting killed. But if you stop and think about it, it's actually on the same plateau. Because if they can beat you up at will, they already killing us.
Right.
So now that decency, that dignity. I saw something I posted the other day was a black woman letting a white baby suckle her.
Yeah, I saw that you posted.
Yeah, right. But we got to drink out of different water fountains.
Right.
So it's like I told people.
Yeah, the white baby is sucking on a black nipple, but then the black woman would have to go to a black water fountain.
Yeah. So, this fabric of the nation, Montgomery is still the heartbeat. So when we plan, because the only thing we're planning on doing now, Chris, because somebody asked me, say, well, what do we do to stop this? We do the same thing Rosa Parks did. We do the same thing King did. We don't have to invent the path that King left. March, protest, boycott if necessary. But to the entertainers that have a platform, call them out. Use your prestige. They say that he that has great power and responsibility. So, speak out against this debauchery that's going on, the audacity of them to come and charge people who came to the defense of the co-captain.
Right.
The law is already on the side of the crew members. The police chief and the mayor already said they came to the defense. So, in my legal opinion, and I'm not a lawyer, but I've been a pro se for many, many years, that inoculates the crew, because our chief law enforcement has already said they came in the defense. So now, how is it a city prosecutor or a city magistrate can find problems to even push this, Chris? That's the real question.
Exactly. Exactly. That is my question. That's my
And
question.
I hate to say this now. I hate to say this now. Most of those magistrates, and I don't know if the magistrate is black or white, but I do know this. Everybody in Montgomery know what happened at that brawl. And for you to sit there and have a convolution is really, really uncouth. And the magistrate that gave that warrant needs to be questioned by the Department of Justice.
Oh, no
Were
question.
you forced? Were you coerced? Was your job threatened?
No question. Well, let me say this, Clayton, in closing. It has been a pleasure having you on.
Always,
we
brother.
are going to bring you back. That's no ifs, ands,
Thank you,
buts
sir.
about it. I ask you to keep everybody posted. If there's any information that we need to share, you know how to get in contact with me. Let's stay on the beaten path of, clearing the boat crew, Laney and everybody else, and I know it very well, but everybody else
Yes.
that's a part of the Harriet boat crew need to get involved by bringing charges against endangerment or endangering the lives of people that paid money to be entertained, and consequently that could have went south quick. You understand?
Yes.
Somebody could have got shot behind there, or the thing with the boat running out of fuel. It could have been a life threatening detriment. So at this point,
Yes, sir.
everybody that was there need to go sign warrants on shipment in this group. Then the message,
I agree.
It needs, the message needs to be sent. So
And I'm gonna start it, Chris.
Go ahead.
No, I'm going down there. If I see where the court is going to allow this process to proceed, see, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, Chris. I want to give the judge and the chief prosecutor of the city of Montgomery the benefit of the doubt. I don't want them to say, Mr. Thomason, you ran ahead of us. You didn't give us time to dismiss the charges. You know what I'm saying?
Listen to me.
Yeah.
Attorneys know procedure. A lot of us know law. I had 2.5
Correct.
years to study it. I've become pretty good at it. I'm going to say this. This is what I do know. Prosecutors have what's called an oath of office that can be gotten at any given time. Okay? They also have something that's called tort that can be gotten at any given time for violating someone's civil rights. All of this
Correct.
shit that you see going on down there is commerce, which is also a violation. So they need to know that some of us know what the fuck is going on down there, and some of us
coming
know
for 'em.
how
Right.
to go and get their shit if they're with the bullshit. And I'm gonna leave it right
I agree.
there. That's all I'm gonna say.
I agree, brother.
All you gotta do is get at me.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me on, y'all.
Yeah, I appreciate you for coming on. We will bring you back. That's guaranteed. Give everybody
Thank you, man.
Our love here, me and Mr. Producer. If there's
All right,
anything
thank you,
else-
brother.
If there's anything else that needs to be talked about or put out, let us know. We will do our part and keep us posted on the date. We will put that out, and we also will try to get down there to be a part of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna confirm the 10th. Something we might go ahead and plan an excursion to actually walk down to the municipal building or to the mayor's office and do a protest. I'll check on all of that, Chris.
Well, Clay, listen, man. Thank you, my brother. Be safe out there.
Yes,
and we'll talk this week.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Thank you for coming on.
All right.
God bless. and we'll talk soon. Let me hear, Clay.
Ow!
There we go. All right, everybody. That's Clayton Wildcat Thomason. Been knowing this brother, good brother, man, for many years. Worked with my brother back in the day, and we just trying to do our part, put that information out there to support it, and do what we can to help them in the boat crew. Mr. Producer.
Nah, man, I just, sat back, kicked back, listen, man, man, to be stuck on that boat, man, had to be, devastating, man, to be held hostage like that.
Exactly. So yeah, people, what we're gonna do is we are going to keep everybody posted on information pertaining to the matter of the boat crew, and everybody got to step up. Everybody got to step. Ain't no if in buts about it. Everybody got to step up, do their part, man. Because you got to realize if it's them, next time it's you or I, Mr. Producer. Let me see if I can get this guy. Because before we get out of here, we're gonna make this real short.
We ain't got to, I'm saying.
If he done grab, then we'll close out. But let's see what happens. David.
Yeah.
How you doing this evening?
That's great. What's that?
Oh, okay. Well, we got some predictions coming up for the Georgia and Alabama game. Yeah. I mean, you've seen all of the talk going forward, man. Everybody's saying that Georgia is the weak link, so that they shouldn't be where they are because wait, hold on, David, hold on. I'm gonna give you the floor. Everybody is saying that Georgia should not be where they are because they had a mediocre schedule this year. And a lot of people are predicting Alabama will reign over them like they did Auburn, which was a very good game, and I think Auburn should have won that game. Mr. Producer, the one that produced this content here, is a diehard Alabama fan. You know this. You know us. So I'm going to give you the floor because I want to hear what you have to say.
So, did not Alabama and Georgia play for the same teams?
Did they not what now?
Did not Alabama and Georgia play for the same teams?
They did.
Did they play for the same team?
Both of y'all can't talk at the same time. We can sing together, but go on. Let me give you.
Did not Georgia smash Auburn?
No.
Yeah.
All of them was close.
Now, the same thing is about how Georgia played versus Alabama. Georgia ain't got to prove no points at this point.
I agree.
They're the number one team. So, they'll just they go up by 2 touchdowns, slow the game down. They win like that. Every time Georgia win, who had the ball last? Well, if you watched the game last night, who had the ball last?
Alabama.
No, I'm talking about.
Oh no.
He talking about Georgia against Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Georgia, that's a strategic logic. Georgia always had the ball with 6 minutes or so left in the game.
I've never noticed that, but you might have a point.
Yeah, they run the clock. That's just logic. That's how you play. All that trying to beat the crap out of people, man. That's how you get players hurt. You see what I'm saying? That's how you get in games like Alabama and Auburn. Because Alabama should have took care of Auburn. But they didn't. They let them play around with them. And they had to wait on 30 seconds in the game to win.
Well, I think Auburn should have won the game, David.
Yeah, they should.
No, Auburn shouldn't have won the game.
They should have won the game.
It turned out like it was supposed to. Alabama played with its food a little too long. You can't play with your food. You got to go and eat it.
On our side, man, we don't care who won that game. You know, the reason why.
Did we cut out.
So this is from a football perspective.
Come on now.
Football. I ain't talking about emotional stuff. We talking about football. Georgia got a better quarterback. They got the best line in college. They got just as good as running back as Alabama. They wide receiver core. They can go 5 wide and destroy everybody. They didn't even play their wide receiver core last night. Only one dude played from the start. He ain't even a starter. He like third. He a third wide receiver. He's the only one that played. So when you match the skill set from player to player, Alabama cannot match Georgia.
I don't agree with that.
Okay, go ahead.
My point is, what I say, you right by what you said. I think y'all quarterback is a tad bit better, but the dynamic, y'all ain't got that defensive front no more. Y'all y'all need it because I'm saying what it's gonna turn into. What it's gonna turn into. You got if Monroe, if he come and he be on his A game, he deadly on both aspects. He can run for 200 yards. Y'all ain't. He gonna. It was. Playing. No man. Yeah.
We gonna spy him. He gonna get a couple of yards. But his problem, what we gonna do, we gonna contain him and make him make the throws that I know he can't throw.
That boy, he accurate. He accurate.
He can throw deep. He accurate deep like that crap that y'all won.
Oh, it wasn't no crap. If it was crap, it wouldn't have been made.
But anytime running routes outside on the sideline, man, he inaccurate, bro.
I believe I'm saying I'm giving y'all the benefit of the doubt because y'all the number one team, but they evenly matched. If they ain't evenly matched 1-on-1, it's 1A, 1B. They evenly matched.
Do y'all have a better tight end?
A better tight end? We don't use the tight end like that. He blocking.
Do y'all have a receiver on your team better than Brock Roberts?
Man, I'm saying we got 3 receivers.
No, my God. Come on, man. No.
Man, we got playmakers, man. The man, we spread the ball. We don't just focus on one person. You can put.
Brock Roberts. We got 2 white ones on starters that kill everybody. They the best white.
But they ain't played nobody, man.
Man, they beat y'all in the championship as freshmen.
Man, that was last. I'm saying, man, that defense, man, that was the best defense. That was the best defense from Georgia I've seen in a long time. That defense beat them.
Ran through y'all in the championship. The same freshman. That was a freshman team that you were talking that we had.
Not the defense. Not that defense.
They're still there.
Yeah, they still there. Wow. 3 of them. That was a freshman.
They gonna take more than 3.
Hold on. So, Mr. Purdue, why are you saying? Excuse me. Why are you saying that you think it's gonna be not what everybody?
Man, it's not gonna be that, man. Georgia's defense for the last 2 years has been ferocious. They ain't got that no more, man. They ain't got that. I'm saying people want to score. No, I'm saying we don't. No, we don't. We got cogs.
How y'all gonna get to the quarterback and our quarterback is more accurate passing you?
It's gonna be a good game. I'm saying that, man. I'm saying we got good defensive ends. We ain't strong up the middle. We got speed at linebacker and defense end.
Y'all was about to get beat by a team that didn't even have 70 yards worth of passing. He had 70 yards.
Man, that was bad coaching, man. That was bad coaching. Man, that game, the first quarter is supposed to have been 21-7. They made bad mistakes. That game supposed to have been about 44-7 by the end of the game. They made too many mistakes. But
they can't make them against Georgia.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. If they come in and they don't make no mistakes and they come play a good game, they gonna beat Georgia.
What did I tell you a couple of years ago? I said when Georgia was just getting there and they was losing.
Yeah, you did.
I said, hey man, when this deal come around,
you did. You said it.
Now here's where y'all Rockets ain't deeper than Georgia. Y'all used to stack your players like Derrick Henry and all them boys and put them in 2-3 years before, let them sit on the bench for 2 or 3 years. Then you play them when y'all need them, and may them play about a year or two, they go to the pro. You can't do that no more.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I agree.
You got to start them now. So the talent level has shifted, bro. It's just, and I ain't even trying to. I'm not dogging Alabama nothing. But when you see Little League football over here in Atlanta and Georgia versus them, that stuff started then. Them dudes at 13 be getting them commitments right then and there. As long as they stay out of trouble with us.
Hey, David. Brian Campbell said Georgia barely beat Auburn.
Man, Georgia, let me tell you how that went. I told you we ain't no blowout team. We don't blowout teams. We beat teams. Georgia had when we took the lead in Georgia, Auburn threw an interception. Georgia had 7 minutes on the clock, and they just ran the clock out. When no need to score no more, you up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how Georgia win. If you look at all the Georgia games, most of the ending drives for the other teams that had shots were thrown interceptions.
Well, David, Mr. Producer got a point. The strategy that Georgia has used, I don't see them using against Alabama.
Man, Nick done taught that man everything he know. They ain't as powerful.
But besides, when the last time Georgia gave up points in the fourth quarter?
I'm saying that they ain't played nobody. They played Georgia Tech yesterday, man. They played, I'm saying, they might well should just got a bye week. Man, I understand that they might well should have just rested everybody, man. Man, after we beat them, I'm saying after we softened them up, then y'all played them. They came through us first. Man, I'm saying y'all ain't got, man. It's all about in college. In college, it's all about the defense. The defense ain't as strong as it was, man. That's why I say it's gonna be evenly matched. Melrose, he gonna run for 150.
Hold up. Do you think Melrose is better than Bryce Young?
No.
Exactly. And Bryce Young didn't win nothing.
Man, do you know the defensive front y'all had? Man, y'all had two dudes about 400 pounds, 6'8", 400 pounds. Man, them dudes, I'm saying y'all defensive front was, I think the whole line went to the league. Y'all defensive line was unstoppable. Y'all ain't got that no more. Man, when y'all gave up 20, y'all gave up all them points to Auburn, I knew what it was. Y'all can't stop the run. Man, a win is a win out here, man.
Yeah.
A win is a win, man. We gave that game. Auburn almost won, but that don't mean Auburn was the better team. Auburn was not the better team.
So let me ask you something, David.
Auburn played better that night.
Your prediction is Georgia.
No. Man, going down to the wire, man. 3. Alabama winning by 3. Alabama winning by 3, man. Y'all mark my words.
Hold on. Ask me this, so you saying Auburn defense is better than Georgia?
Is Auburn defense better than no? I mean, no.
And ask me hit a stat.
Man, I'm saying I was that, man, I'm telling you, I don't know what about that stadium that's so janky. But that's the way they built that stadium, man. You couldn't hear yourself talk. And Auburn, I'm saying they play, like I said, they played with their food. Man, I don't know. I ain't pulled up that. I ain't pulled that up, man. I ain't say we had a better defense. I said y'all ain't got. Y'all ain't got the defense y'all had. Y'all ain't got the run stoppers that y'all had.
Where your offense at, Mike? Where your offense right now? Where they rank?
Man, we top 20.
No, you're not.
We ain't top 20.
You know what it is, right?
Man.
No, you know what it is, bro. There's a reason why y'all picked number 8, man. It ain't because we number 4. We ranked number 9. Georgia Tech offense is ranked higher than y'all.
Are you serious?
They don't play nobody. Man, they play all 6'5".
Now, hold on. Let me ask you something, David. Is that because
Ain't Georgia taking the ACC?
Wait. Yes, the ACC.
I'm saying they all about offense.
Because of the NIL and also the
you know it's about that, man. You know it's about that. Everybody. No, it ain't. Everybody want. Yeah, Georgia Tech. No, they ain't got no money. I'm saying, but everybody seen Georgia done won championship 2 years in a row, so everybody want to go. Let's go over here. Everybody want to come from Big Bad Bama. Man, them dude. Everybody. Oh man, who got the best team? Who got the best team to win championship? Let's go to Georgia.
73 players on Georgia team are from the original state of Georgia.
You mean Alabama?
No, Georgia.
Georgia team, 73 players. You can't run but 120 or something like that. 73 players are from the state.
Okay. From the state. Yeah.
They from the state. So when y'all beat Georgia, y'all beating the state of Georgia, man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, versus Alabama getting players from all over the country.
There you go, bro.
Whoa, we don't get players from all over the country.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So what you think with Texas and all them coming to the SEC?
It's gonna be a motherfucker, man.
It's gonna be deep pockets, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be deep pockets. Yeah, you're right.
This business now. This ain't this little. I can get the players and I'm gonna get them to the NFL. Dude, them studs want to play right as freshmen.
Man, that's why we building them Mercedes factories and we building these prisons, man. The prison, y'all can't stop that prison money. Y'all ain't gonna be able to stop that prison money, man.
Yeah, Texas coming in. Texas already smashed y'all earlier this year.
Man, we ain't had no identity, man. It was an early game.
Man,
We ain't have identity yet, man.
just like the Auburn game, the offense, the run game that he run, that's a tight offense. It's good. He just ain't got no quarterback. They ain't got no quarterback worth nothing.
So before we get out of here, David, this is what I want to ask you. What's your prediction of the score? I want both of you all to give me a prediction of the score. You say 2 touchdowns.
They'll get 2 touchdowns. Everybody get all roll tide and all this. Ain't gonna score no more. They gonna keep them field goals. Judge, you gonna put that offense on them. About 4 quarters, they up by 2 scores.
Well, I'm going to the game, man.
Like 28.
You gonna go?
No, I ain't going.
What up?
Cause I ain't going, man. I'm gonna say, man.
Why you want to go to the game?
One is gonna be an even playing field. It's gonna be an even playing field.
The game right here now.
It's gonna be an even playing field. They gotta come from Athens. We gotta come from Tuscaloosa. It's gonna be an even playing field, man. Alabama win by 3. It will be, man. They about evenly back, man.
Ain't gonna be no last hit heroic kicking a touchdown. We got better DBs than that.
All right, man.
Ain't gonna be none of that.
They gonna come in there.
So the stuff will happen in the Auburn game will happen for them against y'all.
You right. It ain't none of that gonna happen what happened in the Auburn game.
They best receiver used to play for us.
Who Bama?
Yes.
Wow.
He used to play for us.
Did you know that?
Y'all ain't get rid of him. You can't get rid of nobody. He transferred out of there because he wanted to come play for greatness.
Hey, that boy wanted the man to run shot. He wanted to be the #1 dude. Kurt said, man, get somewhere, man. That's why he over there. That's exactly what happened.
Really?
Kurt
I didn't
said,
know
get
that.
out of here, boy.
Well, he doing his thing with us, man.
So he went to Bama. They picked him up. He was decent, but he just ain't fast. He's good. The one who caught the ball and they said he was out of bounds. I can't remember.
Yeah.
That's number 3.
Number 3, yeah.
I'm saying they talking about that. Oh, okay. I mean, we going there. Y'all had the oldest quarterback in college history.
Okay.
I'm saying you got a grown man. He done got his grown man strength.
Oh, that's the quarterback y'all had.
Man, you got ain't none of them boys were old. All them boys were 18.
Man,
Them was young men. Them was young men. Y'all had a great. Y'all. I'm saying, man.
we got a walk on with a bunch of freshmen and we beat y'all.
I mean, some people just got talent, man.
Man, we got Stetson Bennett, but Stetson Bennett got two quarterbacks. Only reason Stetson Bennett even played because your boy who played for Chicago left Georgia. That's the only reason he got there.
I guarantee you it won't happen like that, man. It won't happen.
So what's your prediction of the score?
Man, I think it's gonna be 28-21, man.
Okay. What you say, Dave?
About 28-17.
Okay.
17 people from Alabama be going back on 28-5 about 6:30. It'll be out there. You know, because Alabama people don't like to lose, man. They get crying, shut the whole state down and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
And we don't shed no tears over here. He talking about Auburn people. Hold on, Chris can't say nothing.
Man.
Chris can't say nothing. His star quarterback, all he do is cry.
They don't come outside. They don't do that. Don't put the
I can't say no. We ain't nowhere in the hunt.
Yeah, I'm saying y'all star quarterback don't do nothing but cry. So you know what I'm saying. We out here, man. We hold our chin up high. We hold our chin up high, man.
shut the whole state down, man. Alabama. That's y'all protein.
Yeah.
That's the protein. So, like I said, it ain't the old days no more. Can't stack them players, bro. You gotta play your best, and you hope Mel Rose don't get hurt or nothing like that. It's over.
And you know, and let me just say this too. That was the thing that Saban was able to do why he dominated. Because, like you remember, what was the guy? Both of the guys, Tua and what's the other guy? Yeah.
He was able to bring them in at crucial time.
Crucial
He ain't
time.
got it like that no more.
He ain't got it like that no more.
He ain't got it like that no more. That's how I know this not the same. This not now. You've been talking 3 years or 4 years ago. I'd be giving the benefit of the doubt. Now, no man, you can't hire players no more. Man. Players are transfer on you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They really want to change it. They want to go back to the days of old. I don't see it happening.
It should be like that. It should be like the days of old.
Yeah.
He make $1 million.
1.7.
Yeah, he making 1.7. Why they gonna leave college now, man? They gonna stay there as long as they can. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, it's 4 players on Alabama making $1 million. It's like 5 on Georgia, 6 to making over $1 million. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, ain't nobody under there making under too much under 100,000. So you can't get jobs like that, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, that's my thing, man. We'll see.
Okay. Well, we will, and I appreciate you weighing in, Mr. Producer. What you gotta say, man?
Man, we're gonna do the talking on the field, man.
All right. Well, we gonna revisit this conversation next Sunday. Most High with it.
All right.
I appreciate you, Dave.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Producer.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it, man.
I'm sure you did.
What's wrong, man?
Ain't nothing wrong, man. Everything good.
You sure?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we gonna come back Sunday, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying, like you said, I can't say shit. I'm neutral. I'm neutral. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see a good game, man.
It's gonna be a good one.
You know what I'm saying? And then, man,
I don't know if we're gonna be.
Alabama could topple Georgia.
Man, that's what I'm saying. I think I'm saying, me personally, I just feel like Georgia ain't did nothing impressive. You know what I'm saying? They ain't beat nobody really. I get what he's saying. You know, they try to conserve you know, they could serve themselves in the fourth quarter and try to hold a little bit in the tank, but they gonna have to displace all that.
Yeah, yeah.
They gonna have to give it
Because
everything they
I'm
got.
saying,
Alabama war tested.
Saban's whole stature is on the line on this.
Yeah, he got to get back at Kirby, man.
You know
He
what
got
I'm
to,
saying?
because
If
he created that monster.
If he don't, man, he can goddamn hang his jacket on the nail, man. So
Hang a gold jacket.
anyway, Mr. Producer, anything you want to say before we exit?
Nah, man, I said enough.
All right, people. We want to thank Clayton Wildcat.
Yeah, shout out to the Wildcat, man. Wow.
Shouts out to Wildcat for coming on, giving us the spiel. We're gonna bring him back, hopefully in a week or so, or maybe 2 weeks. Want to thank David for coming on, giving us the spiel on his prediction of the Georgia and Alabama game this coming Saturday. It's been fun. Let's Produce, you got anything you want to add on that?
Yeah, I'm gonna read a YouTube comment. Man, I'm gonna mess up a name. But I guess Miss Phillips said, "Great show. We will do our part in Jersey, New York, and the surrounding areas to support our family in Alabama." We appreciate your comment. Thank you so much.
Thank you tremendously. To everybody that weighed in, David, Brian, Bridget, Carolyn. If I missed anybody, I truly apologize. Thank you guys so much for your support. We're growing in numbers, and we even thank the haters too, right, Mr. Producer?
Oh yeah, you know you can't do it without them.
Yeah, thank the haters. Thank you even more, because what I want you all to understand, the ones out there that hate on us, you all are the inspiration for me and my man that's to my right to do this, because you're looking for us to fail, and we draw energy off of the negativity that you provide. So you know, and those ones that I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But anyway, it's been fun. Everybody out there, have a good week. Enjoy your week. Work smart, not hard. Okay? And as I always say, the moving finger writes, has written, moves on. To all.
Good day.